How'd I meet the band? That's a good question. All right, so in 2016, I released Guavamatic Space Dream. Thank you. It was my first crowdfunded album. And the producer of that album, I was like, we got to do a live show. We have to get a band together to do a live show. So he put a band together, and in that band was Kriston Oates, who was the bassist in that band, as well as J.R. McKenzie, who was the drummer in that band as well as this one. So Kriston actually was a student of mine in Mount Vernon, New York. Wow. He was a student of mine at Freedom School program that we did in Mount Vernon. Yeah, money earned in Mount Vernon. I'm gonna say it again, money earned in Mount Vernon, New York. You got me. Were you playing the bass yet when you was a student? You had just started playing the bass when he was a student. You was like a senior in high school. You were a junior in high school. I had just graduated college. So that's how I met him, like in a church in a basement. I was his servant leader intern. But then this band that we started in 2016 had Chris and JR in it. And then, folks from that band just kind of moved on to different things. But I told Chris, I'm like, we got to do this. Whatever we doing, we got to keep doing this. So I asked him to be my music director, and he kept, like JR stayed around, and then he just found people. He was like, I'm bringing all these people. He found Sydney. He brought Fats to the table. So Smiley, though, is a funny story about Mike, because he was not in the band originally. Mike, it was actually originally a 4-piece band. It was just Chris, JR, Fats, and Sydney. And then we had a show at the Knitting Factory in Brooklyn. And this Negro walks into the place with his guitar on his back. And Chris had invited him to the show, to come to the show, to attend the show. But he had his guitar on his back. And he was like, but I mean, I got my guitar. And he was like, so can I play with y'all? And I was like, Chris, you're the MD, bro. Like, if you say it's cool, then it's cool. So he was like, all right, sure, strap up. So he played with us at the Knitting Factory, not having ever played before. And then he Jimi Hendrixed his way into the band. Because you know how we do the Guavalicious Funk, and I do the little solos at the end of the joint? Man's walked forward and was like, I'm like, bro, all right. So he just never left. So he's in the band. He bullied his way into the Peace and Power band. Shout out to him. Cheers to you, because he's fire. But that's how I met the band. Is this a question?